Hello and welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk to you guys about the video that I put out with Avatar running the 4070, the 7800 XT, and the 7900 XT. Now, a lot of you guys have come to me and told me that that video was fake and that those results were fake and blah, 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 whatever. Well, the fact of the matter is, I've been testing the other frame gen games today. I've been testing for Spoken. I've been testing everything else. When I turn on the ultra settings on freaking the Avatar game and turn the geometry detail thing up to 25 and put on your guys's what's it called? Like, gosh dang it, what'd you guys say? When I turn on VSync and all the other things that are set up on the AMD cards, I run the AMD cards at max settings because I believe in them. Like I turn them all the way up, and I don't question that, and I run the settings that way. The only reason my very first Avatar 4070 video came out with higher frame rate is because it was on balanced FSR. It wasn't on quality. It was on balanced FSR. It had freaking what was the other thing? The geometry detail or the world detail, the streaming detail was only at 18, and I didn't have the reflections thing on, nor did I have on VSync. When I turn all of those on, and I watch that thing just go right down, right down. I'm like, wow, this is incredible, man. Like this card just ain't gonna do it. So for you guys to like come to my channel and tell me that I'm fake and that I'm putting out fake benchmarks and doing whatever else, no, man. That card, that 4070 card, I have it in there right now. It's in there right now. I'm actually running it right now with the AMD drivers still installed. And guess what? It works just fine. When I push Alt R, it doesn't pull up the AMD drivers. It pulls up the Nvidia ones. You know, there's so many wives' tales when it comes to PC gaming. It's so dynamic out there that that things like this that probably were an issue like 20 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever are just not an issue anymore. I'm pretty sure Windows is pretty smart that it can tell which drivers go to which freaking go to which GPU. The funny thing is people get so caught up in this nonsense, in this outdated information, that they just keep it going and keep it going and keep it going. And they're like, "Did you DDU?" Yes, I spent so much time last weekend going through and DDUing my drivers and DDUing my drivers just to change these freaking cards in and out. And you know what? Guess what? If you have an AMD card and you want to switch into another AMD card, oh man, it just works. You don't have to do anything. So today I came home and I was like, you know what, man? I want to do a science project. So I threw it in there. I threw the Nvidia card back in there, downloaded everything again, set it all up, and my gosh, man, it's working just like it was working before. I'm not having any weird issues. I'm not having any crashes. I'm not having any bugs like that. Everything that has been... Well, first of all, let me say this. The 4070 is not a bad card. Like, I don't believe it's a bad card. I don't believe that Nvidia makes... I don't believe that Nvidia is a bad company. I absolutely prefer AMD over Nvidia. Like, I do. I think the user experience is significantly better with AMD. I think it's easier to get in there and operate it. I feel, in my experience with both of these GPU manufacturers, like, I'm happy with AMD. And then when I go over to the Nvidia card, when I'm sitting there and I'm playing all the ray tracing games that you guys go on and on and on about, it's not a big enough difference to give up that extra power that I'm getting from the 7800 XT for a 4070. Nor could I recommend anybody buy a 4070 over a 7800 XT. Like, I could not do that. Just seeing the performance and the way and how much more stable Avatar runs on that 7800 XT versus the 4070. Like, the 4070 might get see, I haven't even tested. I haven't even tested native resolution. I just tested that today on the 4070 with the AMD driver still installed, and I'm getting like 42 frames, like anywhere from like 35 to 42 frames a second at native resolution at 1440p. So I know that part's not messed up because that's what everybody else is saying that card is getting. And with the two benchmarks that you guys sent me and I watched them, yeah, my frame rates are right in line with that. So when I flip on all of the actual settings that I have running on the AMD cards, with that Nvidia 4070, it's not punching above that 100. I think it goes up to like 118 at the highest with those settings. And, that's usually like in a menu or something. But like when you're in game, like it's not pushing that high. I know that you guys like have this like weird obsession with Nvidia just being the best and it can just magically do whatever. No, guys. There are limitations on the Nvidia card, just like there's limitations on the AMD card when it comes to ray tracing. All of this stuff is nonsense, man. One tech tuber gets out there and says some stuff, and you know what, man? Like I've listened to these guys. I've listened to these other tech tubers. I've read the little things like the reviews. Every single time, they're always going out of their way to put AMD down. Every single time. Talking about bad drivers. Where's the bad driver issues with AMD? I'm not having them. I'm literally running. Oh my gosh, man. This PC shit gets so annoying sometimes. Especially with all these fanboys that are just out there parroting their favorite YouTubers' nonsense. We're doing scientific stuff here on Frogboy X1 Gaming. I've never once have I said that I'm a PC expert. Never once have I said that. I come at PC from a consumer point of view and somebody that likes to play video games. A gamer and a consumer, just like you, man. And I put my money out there to buy these products. Nobody sends me these for free. I buy them. You guys come to me, you Nvidia bros, you guys come and you tell me that, man, Nvidia is better. You got to have a 4070 card. So I buy a 4070 card. Then you guys start moving the goalposts even more. I'm not going any higher than a 4070. I'm sorry. I don't want to spend any more money on Nvidia. Is the tech good? Yeah, dude, this 4070 is going to get the job done for what I need to. At the beginning of next generation, like I said, I will buy the AMD mid-range card and I will buy the Nvidia mid-range card. Maybe I'll go a little bit higher next time. Maybe I'll go 80 series and, it just depends on whatever AMD's bringing out. If AMD is only bringing out a high-end mid-range GPU, then that's where we're going to stay. We're going to stay right in that price range. Give or take $100 or so, depending on if Nvidia is going to overcharge us again for their tech. If you look up, let's look this up right now, just so that we're sure. How many teraflops is a 4070? 29 teraflops. That's about the same as a 3080. How many teraflops is a 7800 XT? 37. So you have 29 to 37. That is a pretty significant uptake just in teraflops per or whatever that means. And yeah, you guys can come at me all day and be like, well, you can't just compare that. Whatever, dude. I don't care about your guys' little computer nerd shit, dude. I don't care, man. When I look at that and when I see just the sheer power of what the 7800 XT can do with my games, and being able to max stuff out and play them and have a stable experience, and then seeing how the 4070 compares to that, the only lead that the 4070 has over the 7800 XT is in ray tracing. That's it. But you have to utilize DLSS and you have to utilize frame generation for that to even work. Now, with everything set at quality at 1440p on Cyberpunk, I was getting about 80 frames a second. That's with DLSS quality, that's with frame generation enabled, and that is with the path tracing. That's pretty good. I feel like that is pretty good. Like, I'm not questioning that. Like, that's good. I'm glad that you're actually getting something for the money that you pay extra for those Nvidia cards. But when it comes to rasterized games, the 7080 or the 7800 XT eats it alive, man. eats it alive. Every game that's out right now with path tracing, most people have already beat, unless you're going to buy it to play Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is a little bit over 60, 70, like 60 frames a second or whatever. I will give that to Nvidia. They actually do give you enough power with the 4070 to run path tracing, utilizing frame gen and DLSS. Like you can do that, and that's fine. Like you can have fun with that, whatever. But to sit here and like try to tell people that they're going to get more, they're going to get a better bang for their buck out of Nvidia. Come on, you guys, seriously. Like seriously, man. I had somebody in the comments section calling me out today, saying that like I'm being unfair to Nvidia or whatever, or I'm being like a fanboy or whatnot. And they said that they're like that they're broke. They don't have the money to like do anything, you know, or like get anything, and they really depend on this kind of stuff. And man, the only thing I'm trying to be is honest. The only thing I'm trying to do is help people find the thing that's going to fit their needs. I personally don't believe that a 4070 is a good product to replace like a 7800 XT. Like I just don't believe that. I mean, I have my little things, and obviously when I say the visuals look better on AMD than they do Nvidia, that is purely subjective. Obviously, I tried to put out a video today to kind of show you a little bit what I'm talking, and hope that maybe you guys can see the difference in that image quality. But when I look at the AMD, like when I can tell instantly when I put the AMD GPU back in there, the visuals just look bang in my face. When I put the Nvidia GPU back in there, it just looks off to me. It looks off to me. It looks sharper, like it definitely looks sharper, but everything doesn't look as dense as it does on the AMD GPU. Now, if I turn the Nvidia card to native resolution, it gets closer. It definitely gets a lot closer. But if I turn on, here's the funny thing, man. Like you actually lose some detail by utilizing DLSS, and you don't lose that detail with FSR. You don't. You still keep that detail. It's still there when you're using FSR. Whereas DLSS, in order to push those frames higher and in order to upscale them, you are losing some detail. What you're getting back is a sharper, clearer image, but you're losing some detail. Like you are losing that. And that's the one thing that I have 100% seen and that I notice right now by using this 4070 is yes, you are losing some overall detail. That's why the image quality doesn't look as dense as it does on the AMD. But I did figure that out because I was playing around with some of these games natively, and yes, I did notice that you are losing some overall image quality that no Nvidia person is going to talk about. They're not going to talk about that because when they see the sharp, crisp image, they're like, ooh, it looks beautiful. But when you pair that side by side with AMD and you're looking at AMD, like, yeah, dude, you can tell that one of them looks like thick velvet cake and the other one looks like cell shaded graphics, man. That's what I think. I just never have been like a really big fan of that overly sharp looking visual. I don't care for it much. And when I'm playing these newer games, and when I'm playing these games, and when I see them on the 14, this is why I love the 1440p monitor, man. Like I get the best bang for my buck. I get solid image quality, and it doesn't look over sharp, and I love that. But gosh dang, man, DLSS has got some people doing and saying some pretty fruity things out there, man. Like, come on. I get that it's cool and it's your upscaler, but I mean, whatever happened to like having some actual power in your card to run your video games? I mean, I see the way you Nvidia bros freak out on developers if you don't get DLSS at day one. So you can't tell me that you're not using that feature, and you can't tell me that it's not important to you. You guys have been sold snake oil, like absolute snake oil. You guys are paying all that money for these cards, and you're getting upscalers. That's what you're getting. You're getting upscalers. When I use my AMD cards, I'm pretty happy with the overall performance without and performance with FSR. Like it's good all the way around. Like I feel like the AMD cards are just a more well-rounded purchase where I feel like Nvidia cuts corners in certain places to stack up on other places, but then they kind of just they don't have that full, like, they don't feel well-rounded to me. They just don't. They feel really good at that, like, flashy, get you to the next generation, but they don't pack that punch to keep you, oh, like I don't know, man. It's like you don't feel satiated with an Nvidia GPU, man. Like, at least at the price point. Maybe if you're getting like a higher end card, you probably feel a little bit better, a little bit longer. But dang, man, I just feel like this 4070 is a little bit too cut back, and I really do feel like this is like what a 4060 Ti should be. That's my honest opinion on that. That's what it feels like. Maybe the 7800 XT should be a 7700 XT, but I don't know, man. That card feels pretty dang strong for what it is. So, all right, my friends, if you like this content, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and calm down, man. It really is only video games. I'm doing my best. So, we'll see you guys later.